Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. We do have some big political stuff. I do want to also say I tried uploading a video. They demonetized it, so I didn't upload it, but it was about what happened today in DC. I do want to talk about that. The Biden thing, I saw someone say, yeah, dude, they're always pre-recorded. I think they admitted Biden's speeches like that were all pre-recorded. They probably filmed about 3 or 4 different ones and chose the best one. That would be my opinion on that. Biden needs to address the jets over Alaska. Dude, that's an interesting situation. I think I should do a video on that tomorrow, but this is even bigger in terms of like just political drama. Extremely savvy political move by Biden, sending one last fuck you to Obama for his political career. According to a source, Obama's hope was to get Biden out of the way with the George Clooney article. And I knew George Clooney doesn't randomly come out of the woodwork a week after doing a fundraiser with Biden raising $20 million. I knew it wasn't just Clooney. I had said it was probably Obama pushing him. But apparently Obama was shocked at how it's gone. He doesn't like Kamala. He's pissed off. He thinks Kamala's going to lose. And Obama wanted Mark Kelly, the astronaut from Arizona, at the top of the ticket at the DNC. He wanted Mark Kelly to be the nominee. So pretty crazy situation there. Maybe some gossip. Bro, you got to stop with this. Seriously, man. That was filmed days ago. Who knows when it was filmed? I mean, they probably filmed about 3 or 4 of them, like I said. Dark. I think I remember you, man, from the Discord. JK Rowling. I appreciate that. Yes. If it were a live video, Kamala would have been behind the camera. Well, dude, with Biden, if it was a live video, talking for 11 minutes or whatever they said it was, he would have messed up honestly, like 50 times. I'm not even kidding you at this point with Biden. What would ever happen if there was an attack on Mount Rushmore, the Space Needle, and the Hollywood sign? Would these 3 still stand? Well, it depends what they were attacked with, but I would guess no. Those are not... I mean, I would imagine Mount Rushmore would be attacked with dynamite, honestly, if they wanted to. But Mount Rushmore is actually very small when you look at it from far away. Did you see the Biden whisper? I want Biden to break out a whisper. I'm a little disappointed. We didn't get to see Dark Brandon tonight. He can't speak live anymore. Yeah, well, they realized it. And when was the last time he even spoke live? He did stutter a few times, but yeah, it was like 11 minutes. Gaming, I want to talk about that. I made a 17-minute video. They demonetized it, so I couldn't upload it. I want to talk about what happened today in DC. So here we have... I mean, literally someone cosplaying as a Hamas terrorist. And so the point is they get shipped in with all these buses. There's videos of all these people getting shipped in for Netanyahu's speeches. They got dolls of Netanyahu. They're burning them. The 3 major American flags. You'll see some crazy stuff here. Well, they're burning an American flag with a shopping cart. Most of these people are homeless, so they've all got shopping carts, and that's why that was there. But look at this. This dude steals the American flag as it's getting burned, tries to save it, and then runs, and some dumb bitch chases him. Here he's got like a half of the American flag. Look at this woman that chases him. Like, honey, what happened in your life? Oh, I thought that was a white woman. It wasn't. But then he runs way away. Some dude's got a Palestinian flag. There he goes. They didn't even zoom in on him. He tried to take back the flag. Here's the DEI stuff with Biden. I'm going to say this one last time. This is what I said about a year ago before any of this stuff even kicked off. This is what I had said about Kamala Harris and why she got the VP nod. They view Kamala as a double positive minority female. Biden is viewed as a double negative white male. This is 2020. Did we really think they were going to? Because that's what they do. It's the law of averages. They want total neutrality. Biden's a double negative white male. Kamala's a double positive. You've got black people interviewing Biden saying, you better pick a minority female. And now they're coming out and saying, I mean, this is why Kamala's VP is going to be a white male, more than likely. And it was reported that it was Josh Shapiro. I think that was fake, but that was a preview for Kamala's U.S. But why is Kamala or Biden, or whoever the fuck is in charge, why is there no meeting with Netanyahu? Like, it doesn't matter if you don't like him. This is not third grade. You don't get to say, I don't like him, so I'm not going to talk to him. At least Trump is trying to meet with these people from the Middle East to solve it. Burning a Palestinian flag would get you canceled. Yeah, I mean, I think it's all just ridiculous. I can't believe the Palestinian flags go up just like we're conquered in a war. That's what they do when you get conquered. That's what happened in France. I hate what the country has become, but it's like, dude, these situations. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. They've got these 3 huge American flags. One of them at this point is already down. This thing's got to load. One of them is already down. The other one is in the process of being removed, and then the third one also gets removed. They removed the 3 American flags, and they put Palestinian flags up, and there's videos of it. And then you've got these police who I feel bad for, because this is what these protesters do. They go like this, I'm not touching you, 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 I'm not touching you. And then the police are like, you're vandalizing the property, you're vandalizing all the shit. So then they touch them, and then all these pussy bitch protesters start screaming and, oh my God, you put your hands on me. Yeah, you're committing crimes. They're writing all over the monuments. But that's what they do. They don't like American history. They don't like the fact that it's like, you know, heavily white, and so they remember they tried taking down the George Washington statue in Chicago and got so much pushback they had to keep it up. And then there's the Palestine flags right there. And then that's Netanyahu, by the way, a doll or whatever, a piñata, I think. In DC, this is happening. But I mean, what do you do? It's like you're so outgunned. These people, it's a lose-lose with them, because if you assault them, or if you like try and, you know, rein them in, they'll just cry assault. America's not free. You're not letting us protest. And all of this is illegal, but they have to let it happen. Every year goes, it gets weirder and weirder. Yeah, like it seemed like that Biden speech was kind of the only normal thing, because it was just boring as shit. Which I guess is kind of what politics used to be. I don't like it, but if it's your flag, you can. Yeah, that's what I was saying. You guys know it's illegal to kill a bald eagle, and originally it was because bald eagles were endangered species, but now that it's still illegal, if you kill one, it's like a year in jail. It's a massive, like, felony. It's almost like we need to do that with the American flag. Like, you are right. You know, if you have your own American flag, but even that, I think it should just be illegal, because, you know, and then they say, what about freedom? Well, it's like the bald eagle. This is our symbol. Doing it on American soil is very disrespectful. Doing it in our capital is horrible. And that is illegal, because that's not their flag. The American flag is a great looking symbol. It's like the all encompassing. Why aren't these people getting treated like January 6th people? Well, it was a different situation. But, dude, I've already... January 6th was such... You know what? I have a photo that I got from Twitter today. It's saved on my iPad. It's this old, like, 90-year-old woman with an American flag smiling inside the Capitol. And they're telling me it's like the fact that they call it an insurrection. It's just all such a joke. What's happening? Netanyahu was speaking today at DC. They shipped up a bunch of Palestine liberal Hamas supporters, and so that's the result. Hard times ahead. It's exhausting. I mean, I don't know. I think if Trump wins, it'll be better. I mean, yeah, but once Trump gets in, then he's just fighting the entire system. That's why he needs both chambers. January 6th was a real insurrection. Palestine libs are just showing they could crush us if they wanted to. They can't crush a bug. Yeah, I love our flag too. These people are brain dead. Yeah, it's groupthink. I mean, Hamas was elected as a terrorist organization. They are admitted they're a terrorist organization. I mean, it is what it is. If it's illegal to burn money, it should be illegal to burn the American flag. You know what? Maybe that's another thing Trump should run on. I wonder how that would appeal to independents. Changing it to where you can't burn. I mean, that what they did was illegal though, because that's not their flag. That was illegal. January 6th. Yeah, dude, they were all hillbillies. And like when you actually unmask the people, they never want you to unmask them and look at them. They're all overweight. I mean, they're being led into the Capitol. They're like, oh, it's crowd control. Well, then how the fuck is it an insurrection? If it was an insurrection, why would you crowd control it by letting people in? That would be a huge crisis with weapons where they would be storming it. They wouldn't be like letting them in for crowd control. Hello, I've been watching for a while. What's up, man? They should be deported and or arrested. Yeah, these people obviously hate America. They burn the flag of the country where they have freedom to burn the flag. Yeah, it's very ironic, isn't it? Fireproof flag. You can't do that everywhere. I mean, they could just get their own flag and then burn it. And then these police, I mean, it's like they outnumber the police 30-1. I mean, what are you even going to do here? Like, this is insane, man. And this is all funded, by the way. It's all coordinated. They literally had busing them up. This is a crazy situation, by the way. Gordon, I appreciate it. Minus slide with me. I'm not familiar with that, man. I'm sorry. But the thing that I was saying with this... So you guys saw the Axios thing, right? I can't believe these news outlets or the fucking media. I don't know how that Axios thing happened. I was liking Axios. They were reporting a lot of good stuff. They've had like a temper tantrum today, totally lost it. But now we've also got GovTrack, which I think just tracks how people vote. Kamala Harris 2019 report card ranked as the most liberal senator in 2019 out of all of them. And then they deleted it. GovTrack deleted their 2019 page. You would think GovTrack this is just, 2024. We've got all these numbers. They put it all together. Who votes the furthest to the left? Who's a moderate? Who votes to the right? And it came back. Kamala Harris was the most liberal out of anyone. And they end up deleting the whole page. What's the point of deleting it? It's already saved. I don't know. Here it is. The American flag with America, Washington, D.C. has been conquered. This is what they do. This is what they did in France. What would be your policies? Well, I would want a territorial expansion, preferably a purchase, switching, doing something with NATO to where it benefits us, or possibly a different alliance. And I mean, there's obviously a lot of stuff. I don't want to sit here and talk about it for 20 minutes. I would want to pause on immigration, and then we get a massive deportation happening. How did Biden win in 2020? I don't get it. Well, even if conservatives want to say it was rigged, he still won by 7 million votes. So there is a lot of people that are just, how does that dude win by 7 million votes? I guess you've got Obama to help him. He was the VP, but the fear mongering against Trump. When's your next video on the Twin Towers? I mean, hopefully tomorrow. Well, it's not going to be tomorrow. Maybe the next day after. Maybe Friday or Saturday. I'm going to try and get back to doing more videos like that. You know, making one Twin Towers video a day, maybe every other day. I don't know. What's a brat girl? I don't know. Some bullshit, I think. Rare Earth, yeah. Some bullshit about, you know, a brat summer or something. They're trying to make Kamala a brat to appeal to young females, lower voter turnout, young females. Do you think those NATO countries are going to help us if Taiwan get... Well, yes, they'll help us, but the obligation is always going to fall on the United States. They will send stuff for sure because they want us to stay in NATO. They're not just going to say, it's your problem, F off. Then we would be pissed off at them. Those European countries, well, they've been skimming by, but Germany now is Germany has a huge economy. I don't think the election was... Well, that was my point. I mean, even if you want to say... Because it was the margins within the swing states were extremely, extremely close. That's why I say it was decided by 40,000 votes. But even if it wasn't, that's a 7 million, you know, advantage or whatever it was in terms of the popular vote. Look at the vote margin in California. I know they get like, what was it, 5 million plus for Biden? It was probably 4 or 5 million, I'm guessing. They run up crazy numbers in California specifically. That's how Hillary won the popular vote. And that's what they're bragging about, Hillary winning the popular vote in 2016. It's literally because of California. Trump lost the popular vote by 3 million. She won California by 4 million. Opinion on the Dodgers. I mean, they're always a really good team. They spend a bunch of money. It's like they're similar to the Yankees. I mean, they've had more success than the Yankees recently. What is the reason he gave for dropping out? He said the election is too important. It's a total cop-out thing. They were trying to think of something to where they can't admit he's too old and shouldn't be running because then they would expose themselves with all the lies they've told the last 2 years. But they have to give them something. You can't just say I'm dropping out for, you know, just because I want to. So he's like, because it's such a huge election, it's so important, you know, I'm stepping aside now. We have to fight for democracy, which it's not even an answer. I hope Trump loses the popular vote and wins. I mean, I hope Trump wins the popular vote, man. I think that would be a big, big thing for conservatives. Yeah, that's how it is. It's really only comes down to like 7 or 8 states. California has the most Republicans than any other state. Well, I mean, it has a massive population. Dude, you're obsessed with Jimmy Carter. It's a random obsession. I got to give you credit for it, though. Why do you guys keep asking me about Chris Tyson? I mean, that's a terrible, terrible situation. It doesn't surprise me, though, based on what happened. I think I had a tweet about it. Opinion on Putin? Well, Putin's a hard ass who obviously wants to reacquire land. I mean, I think Putin did a bad thing invading Ukraine. I do. The perspective of Russia was trying to get back their land, but obviously I'm not going to have the same, wants as Russia. Obviously, I don't want them to invade anywhere. It makes the world unstable. It hurts everyone's economy. I feel like Biden is bowing out soon. Well, right now it feels like Biden is not the president at all. So, I mean, I guess he can still serve. I mean, I don't know if they're going to have him do more speeches and stuff. It just feels like he's not the president, just with everything that's gone on. Does Trump even have a chance? Well, Trump's leading right now by a decent margin. Does Harris poll better or worse? It's hard to say. It's hard to say. There's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot of different components that go into how she's going to poll. Because they're going to put full support behind her. Obviously, they have now. I'm not sure if Trump will win. If Kamala appeals to middle-aged white female voters, they make a major difference in 2020. Yeah, no, I agree. That is a big population. You're pro Putin. Yeah, I mean, listen, I can respect Putin. I can respect some of the values. Yeah. Today Biden didn't look good. Well, he's got that orange makeup, man. They got him with the orange makeup now. Early debate makes sense. Yeah. Russia has bigger population, game of numbers. I guess, but Russia really has struggled in Ukraine. I'm sure they're pretty pissed off. They immediately they wanted Kiev and then to install a puppet government, and obviously that hasn't happened. Harris pulled Biden from like the February levels. Pulls Biden. That's a decent thought. So it's better obviously than where Biden was recently, but it was an artificial decrease because they were not spending any money for Biden. They totally abandoned him like a month ago or maybe like 2 weeks ago. Do you think the Freedom Tower should have been built to look more like the originals? No, that would not be a good idea. The originals were already out of style. Thomas, the Mongol Empire, a great empire. Oh, it was from like the Taiwan Strait to Eastern Europe. It's crazy. I was okay with Putin until the Ukraine attack. Yeah, that's a fair opinion. Do you think Trump will flip Virginia? It's probably going to be harder with what they have going now with Harris and whoever they pick. Probably Kelly. If Obama wanted Kelly really bad to lead the ticket, I think he'll probably get Kelly to at least be the VP. And Kelly was leading the betting. Russia's population is collapsing. I mean, what does collapsing mean? I don't think collapsing is the right word for. I guess it's going down, but is the American dream still alive? Absolutely. You can make $1 million in off a shitcoin, tomorrow. Obviously, it's very unlikely, but I mean, the American dream is always going to be alive as long as we keep a capitalist society, I think. I guess AI could ruin it, though. It just depends. Trump going to get 4% from RFK? I don't think so. That's not how it works. He might get 1 or 2%. A lot of those people are just not going to vote. I don't think they'll just immediately cross to Trump, even if RFK endorses him. That's normally not how it goes. But it's going to help him, I think, as long as he endorses. Do you think Oakland will demolish the Oracle Arena and Oakland Coliseum? Yeah, I think they will demolish both of them. And I mean, that's a lot of land, but both of those places got to go. There could be an argument to keeping the arena, but the arena's really out of date at this point. Will she pick Whitmer as VP? I highly doubt it. Do you think January 6th was the most influential moment in American history? Yeah, that old lady going in waving the American flag, that's a terrorist. Can AI run for president? Well, AI is writing all these speeches. Both liberals and conservatives, I guarantee you, are using AI to write a bunch of shit. I mean, it's already intertwined. Any plans or updates on World Trade Center 2? Yeah, that's interesting, man. I can't even tell you if that's actually going to get built. I mean, I haven't looked it up recently. I would imagine I probably would have seen something if obviously they haven't restarted construction on it. But they've already got the foundation, so they're kind of pigeonholed in what they can build there because the foundation is already built. But I mean, I think at some point they're going to have to, you know what they might do? They might like compromise and only make it like 60 stories tall or something, or do like a mini version of it. Because, building another massive skyscraper with all that office space, a lot of that would have to be like apartments and things, I think. What should be done with the wars in Ukraine and Gaza? I mean, hopefully a peace agreement in Ukraine. Depends how much land Russia wants. But Trump obviously wants a peace agreement. And then Gaza, I hate being in the Middle East. I know there's a lot of people that are Jewish and they support Israel. That's fine. I'm not Jewish. But I also obviously am not going to support Palestine. So it's hard for me to really say. I want the United States to just stop spending money. But they do argue that, well, Israel is a great ally for us. I don't know, man. Matthew, I appreciate it, man. Why does Mitt Romney hate Trump so much? Well, he's just a establishment Republican. But it is weird, like, that Romney has come out so hard against him. There are some people that have just been triggered by Trump to where they come out against him no matter what. And Romney is one of them. You're right, and also his butt boy, Paul Ryan, is also, his VP choice. Just come out against him pretty heavily. I think Paul Ryan said recently, like 3 weeks ago, I saw a clip. He wasn't supporting Trump. He would have supported Biden, or I don't know if he said he's just not voting. Or am I pro-Palestine or Israel? I know it's a cop-out, but honestly, legitimately, I'm telling you, neither. But it is a cop-out, I agree. You're running in 2028. It is interesting that really nobody's trying to run a fake campaign or anything. I mean, I guess Stein and West are kind of doing it, but they're trying to be legitimate. U.S. pulls out of NATO in exchange for Russia pulling out of Ukraine. There's no way the United States would take that. I'm anticipating a Kamala love fest. Well, they've already started it, dude. They've had a blitzkrieg of memes. It was day one. I mean, you can predict this stuff, man. You can. It's so easy to predict. I mean, they did have a massive war chest of money. They were literally saving. They didn't spend any of it for Biden. U.S. does need to stop spending money. Yeah, I know. But it's like, dude, there's no audit, man. I'd love for Trump to run and say, we're actually going to give everyone an end of the year audit that has specific figures, and we're going to have, a non-biased party come in, from a neutral country like Switzerland and give us an audit, or like tell us where the money is going. Obviously, you can't say the exact things it's going for, but just military, overseas, things like that. It's just nobody knows where our money is going, how much money we actually have. It's just such a mess, and I guess it's a mess with every government. You're broke. I mean, yeah, I was broke like in 2021. I was broke too. Go Knowles Stadium also down. Well, are you talking about FSU? They got a renovation. As a fellow Jewish sub of yours, who do you think will be better for the Jews, war, Trump or Biden? Thanks for acknowledging my Jimmy Carter episode. Oh, Trump. Republicans still do support Israel, so Trump would be better. Democrats at this point are teetering. We saw they refused to meet with Netanyahu. I think it would for sure be, you'd want Republicans in for sure. I mean, look at the protest here. These are all liberals, man. There's not a Republican at this protest. It is kind of weird, though. I have seen Republicans support Palestine, and there are Republicans that hate Israel with a passion. But, like, seeing Republicans support fucking Palestine, it's just cringy to me. But it's just based off of how much they hate Israel. They're like, Israel invaded Palestine. Yeah, well, take a look at us. Look at what we did to the Native Americans. I mean, Republicans are going to argue that point? Really? You have a document on 9/11. It's the EMS and NYPD records of that day. I think you would find it interesting. Yeah, maybe. I mean, the thing is, we've all seen so much video. We need more stuff to be declassified, if they even have that. Thoughts on Razorback Stadium? Yeah, they've done some nice renovations to both end zones at Razorback Stadium. It's a pretty good stadium. I mean, it's SEC caliber. Yeah, Trump is definitely more pro-Israel than the Democrats. The Democrats, though, are kind of like forced into this weird situation where they're trying to support both because they've got, I mean, like cult members who just completely hate Israel, and then obviously all the establishment Dems still support Israel, so it's hard for them. That's why Biden was sending both Israel money for weapons and Palestine money for aid. How crazy is that? I never knew liberals hated Jews. Well, it's a small segment of them. There's a lot of establishment that still support them. Patriot Front seems like a phony right-wing group. Well, I think it's a total... It has to be some type of a psyop or something. Like, it's just FBI. There's no way, man, Patriot... Because why don't they come out and do speeches or something to try and drum up any type of momentum behind their ideas? They just march with their faces covered randomly, like once a month. Huh. Turtle, what's up, man? Kamala is anti-Israel. I don't think she's made an official statement, but yeah, I mean, if she refuses to meet with him, it's not a good look. Yeah, yeah, Miles, I agree, but I mean, I don't really have an attachment to that situation either way. But I agree. I'd rather just stay out of that area. Small group. Well, dude, you have to put it in perspective. Just because all these people are here, it's a very small amount of people compared to how many Democrats there are. I mean, what do you think? It maybe 15, 20%, maybe at the most. America was united the day after 9/11. Yeah, have you seen George Bush's approval rating, highest ever, like right after 9/11? Pretty remarkable. You can't deny it. We were united after 9/11. It's always the Middle East. It's always a mess. Am I an Ohio State fan? I'm really not a fan of any team in college football. Thoughts on Laura Loomer? You know what? I mean, I do get that question maybe once a live stream. Dude, I mean, she said some false stuff. I mean, you know, she reports on things and some of her stuff. I guess it's good to react to, although I haven't really reacted to much of her stuff recently. But you know, she says some stuff. It's just a lot. Some of it's just blatantly false. I mean, she's gonna have some scoops, and some of them are gonna be right. But it's like it's hard to really trust that. Do you think they will steal the election like the last one? I mean, it's just a bad mentality to have. The problem is, it's like if the Democrats win, obviously people are going to accuse them of stealing it. It's just we have a very and Democrats don't help the situation with them not. I mean, they put out an act saying, okay, let's do this, so we all know the voter ID thing. It's not optional, and of course it gets shot down. I mean, they expose themselves. So there's no trust within the electoral process, even with liberals. I mean, I'm sure liberals will say, based on Trump and Putin's relationship, it would probably Russia. They're still beating the drum. They're still beating the drum with Trump and Russia. They said Elon Musk was connected. What was I doing during 9/11? I do get that question. I was only, I think, 2 years old. Maybe at that point, I think I think maybe almost turning two. Loomer has meltdowns. She just says a bunch of shit that's wrong. I mean, listen, a lot of it you're incentivized. Guys, has anyone else seen this where these news accounts, which are like, they're obviously just trying to profit off of money and getting, the advertisement from X and that you get money now in the creator fund. They won't say a word. Like the word shooter. They'll put an asterisk. I don't understand. Is shooter really like going to hurt your ad revenue? You can't say shooter. Now I can understand the word like fuck or shit or swear words or I guess assassinate was bad. But like the word shooter, there was another thing that I saw today. It was like the most innocent word, and they had to it wasn't the most innocent word, but it was like, how is that something that you have to put an asterisk over one of the letters so it doesn't get I don't know, demonetized or something? I'm not sure how that works. It's very weird. None of that stuff should get reporting on news and saying there was an assassination attempt. You shouldn't have to censor certain words or certain letters in words. You were in second grade. What if Thomas Crooks was arrested before he attempted to shoot Trump? How would the media and public handle it? Oh no, it would just be a non-story. It would be a non-story. I mean, we would, Republicans would call him a liberal nut and try and run with it, but it would not go far. I mean, look at this Trump story nearly getting killed. They're already trying to silence that. So that story would have died really quickly because it wouldn't have involved Trump having to survive anything. If they arrested him when he was like right getting on the roof or like right before the rally, yeah, they would just say it's a scare. Because Trump's had scares where in Ohio back in 2016, someone rushed the stage and it was like a big thing for a day and then it went away. You see the Obama video where he says they're going to put out so many conspiracy theories until you destroy it. I think I have seen that, yeah. I thought you loved college football. I do like college football, yeah. I was 19. I thought I was going to get drafted. Dude, that's brutal. YouTube warned you were hateful. How does that even happen? You were 15. Why haven't I been to Milwaukee yet? I mean, I don't think Milwaukee's a crazy, a crazy place to go. There's a lot of places I haven't been, but Milwaukee? There's a barcode on every ballot that's tied to your name and social security number. If you think they can't track your vote, you're mistaken. Well, yeah, I'm sure they've got a database. 15 during 9/11 is wild. Bro's a dinosaur. 15. Not really. I don't even think he's 40 yet. I don't think that's really a dinosaur. I mean, if you're like 75, 80, then yeah. Trump has amazing aura, bro. With the fist, come on. Trump also out there playing golf, turning on the rap music. Would you consider yourself more of a Trump supporter or Republican? Yeah, I mean, I'd probably say, probably more so Trump. Like establishment Republicans, like a McCain or a Romney. I mean, sure, a lot of their policies I'd probably support, but I just not my favorite. Michael, I appreciate it, man. You've been downtown Milwaukee. Negative -1 million social credits if Kamala. Yeah, we just need to keep away from. I can't believe there's actually a social credit system. We forget that it's in China and they've got videos and everything, and I'm sure they've gotten used to it. They've adapted to it, and in theory, it's like as long as you just don't do anything stupid. But that's crazy that they have that. And then they try and like once they install it and it takes you a month, then everyone's gonna think it's normal. That's what happened in China, I think. I feel like the new World Trade Center had gotten complete disrespect. IDK. Well, the problem with World Trade Center is there's just not a need for another skyscraper. There's very little incentive for anyone to build that. Hey, Drew, this is an interesting thing. I found on TikTok, the tridents that they saved? There's a bunch of abandoned tridents in the back of an abandoned warehouse in Pennsylvania. It's crazy. And I actually found the location, but I mean, it's like three hours away from me. But there's like the massive tridents that they saved because they were originally, because you look at the towers collapsed, the tridents were still there and they saved a bunch of them. And there's like 10 tridents just randomly in the back of a warehouse that's abandoned. It's the most random thing ever. Thoughts on RFK Jr.? I mean, listen, I think RFK is actually a decent independent because both the right and the left kind of don't like him. I know the right's going to say, oh, he's too liberal, but then the left says he's too conservative. So, but I think RFK Jr. kind of, I don't know if he was joking, but he was trying to like get the Democratic nomination. He was just like, please come back to me. I thought it was kind of just pathetic. Like they already literally rigged everything against you during the primary. You had to run as an independent. They said no. Your family literally abandoned you for Biden. I'm surprised he would try and run back to them. Thoughts on Deadpool 3? Did it come out? I've been, I was watching Interstellar earlier. In Interstellar, the daughter gets all the credit from Matthew McConaughey. Matthew McConaughey wakes up on the station and they make fun of him, even though he figured out everything. And then he's like, wait, why did my daughter get all the credit? RFK Jr. is the Democrat of Democrats. Don't like such a weird situation. Is there an image of that warehouse having the tridents? You need to go on the 9/11 archive subreddit and search within it Tridents Pennsylvania or Tridents Abandoned. I think it'll come up then. You think anyone on the left will have a problem with Kamala's husband? I don't think so, man. Because he's so in the shadows. Yeah, they're just going to fall in line with something like that. I don't even think they would have a problem with Shapiro, but who knows? I mean, Yeah, it is a crazy situation. Do I think Obama was a good president? I mean, no. I mean, he was obviously better than Biden, but no. Obama was obsessed with drones striking people. I believe we used the most drones ever under Obama. Do you think Matt Gaetz will run for president? No, I don't. Actually, you know what? Maybe if he thinks it's his time in 2028 or 2032, I don't think he'll win. Change the picture. Oh yeah, I already discussed that Act Blue thing. Obama doesn't believe Kamala can beat Trump. I'm crazy. A man has to be 35 years old to become president. Yeah, I think probably no one would elect a 35-year-old, let's be honest. You got to be into your 50s before they elect you. Maybe 40s. How will Boise State do? I think Boise State will have a chance to make the playoff. What is the best looking flag in the world? I'd have to see. There's a lot of. I mean, obviously, there's, over 300. I'd have to look at the flag. I mean, Nepal has a pretty crazy design. I wouldn't call it the best, but it's the most unique. It's kind of like Ohio. It's not. It's not the correct size. Ohio state flag is not the correct size. All right, you got to stop with the spam, man. You got to stop with the spam. Does Israel control America? I really don't want to do this, man. I think the American flag is very, very impressive. I like the way it looks. The spammer. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense to spam. I just does. Are you gonna watch Andrew versus Destiny? I thought that was Thursday night. Is it tonight? Seriously? I think Andrew Wilson better win that debate, man. I mean, Destiny's debated that stuff 100 times. You should just watch him, and it's all the same bullshit. It's all easily disproven. But I think I actually found the image of the trident. Is it lying down? Well, yes. There's one in front lying on its side, and then there's a building behind that. Look at the Google map if you can find the location. The building behind it is where the abandoned ones are, but they have one in the front. It's kind of funny. They just had all these tridents. They're like, let's just put one in the front. I mean, you can't even display those things. They're old and they're rusted. It's just like there's nothing. They're so long. They're heavy. There's nothing you can really do with them. It's just interesting. Hawk Tua girl. Dude, that type of stuff is pretty crazy. That girl really is kind of a, I can't believe that she's like, I'm doing a TV show now. Like, come on, I guess you want to capitalize on your fame or whatever, but Chad is a bit fast. As long as I can get some of the questions, it'll be all right. Kamala has no chance unless they do the crowd strike. Dude, I saw a crazy conspiracy theory about the crowd strike. It involved like Biden, them using a bunch of AI services to do Biden and or like to put out there when Biden does videos, it's all AI, and then it went down and they thought that foreign actors got it, so then they had to put an emergency update and that caused the crowd strike crash. I mean, it's fake, but it was pretty funny. At least I think it's fake. Am I 27 years old? No. I thought MSNBC and CNN said Trump would not debate Harris. No, that was originally reported. 2 days ago, Trump said he's going to do multiple debates. Fox News is now saying they want to debate on the 17th of September. Apparently, there's still one scheduled for the 10th of September. doing all team builder dynasty on College Football 25. Thoughts on the protests in DC? Yeah, I think it's whenever you see an American flag in your own capital, a big American flag get pulled down and another nation's flag go up with your while your flag is burning, I think it's horrible. Where is the location? You have to go to the comments of that video. It's in, I don't know the exact location, but if I went to the post on Reddit, I'd be able to find it. I don't know. Someone I think mentioned the city in the comments or something. That's how I was able to find it. But why is all the scrap metal left from the World Trade Center all rusted now? I've never seen photos of the steel still shiny. I think it might have had to do. I think a lot of it was just not preserved. A lot of it was just not preserved properly, probably. But you are right. I mean, the building was like silver almost, especially when the sun hit it. Or they like scraped it off. I don't know. Did I see the video? Which video of? I think I've seen most of them, like the body cam. And there's also the other video where he aims the gun at the Trump supporters. I've seen that one. Yeah, I did see the new 911 with great, but I think that was upscaled. Like everyone's like, "Oh, this is such great quality." Well, you could just upscale those videos. I mean, you know, anytime you see a new 911 video, it's interesting. Who wins the Big Ten? I would say Ohio State. What's up, Josh? Deporting in prison, all the people celebrating and burning flags. Yeah, but it's not that easy. Unfortunately, it's not that easy. But I think it's one of the worst things you could do. You know. I mean, obviously, what they did was a crime. Apparently, you can burn an American flag if it's yours, but what they did was a clear crime. They brought the American flags down in D.C. 3 big flag staffs. They brought the flags down and burned all of them and put up the Palestinian flags. If the DC protests were Trump supporters, they would say January 6th Part 2. Now, the leverage that they get on January 6th is the idea that they were trying, that it was Trump trying to remain in power by, you know, just like obviously not democratic means. That's basically it. So they would not classify that, believe it or not, as another January 6th. I mean, it was really bad though. Only in Ohio. Yeah, I guess Jesus Christ did come down. That's what Biden said. That's crazy, man. Biden was so dead set on running, and it got ugly. They had to force him out through blackmail. They called it July. Well, no, you know they call it July 13th. The Trump thing. Shooting Biden in the ear means nothing. Well, there's no reason to do anything to Biden. Did you ever see the Plaza 9/11? Yeah, that's an OG main video that everyone has seen. I feel like that's involved with that. That was one of the first videos I saw when I got involved with 9/11. July 13th, yeah. This is not a big enough event for like to name it a date, dude. I mean, it's just freaking Palestine protesters. We'll see how loud they are at the DNC. Trump made it illegal to deface monuments, didn't he? Yeah, he was really against it. I know, and I think Trump needs to come out and try and use what happened today to his political advantage by saying, "I'm going to make a law that it's illegal to burn American flags." I think everyone can support that. We should not allow our flag to be burned. That's the most disrespect. I mean, we don't allow people to kill bald eagles. You go to jail for it. Those are our symbols. There's no way a hot dog is a sandwich. That makes no sense. A sandwich, you have to have bread with stuff in the middle. The hot dog, it's a bun. It's not really bread. I mean, it's bread, but it's different. It's a different type of thing. If somebody tells me you want a sandwich, there's no way I'm thinking of a hot dog. Not even close. Gotta watch on YouTube Biden YTP and AI Biden. Yeah, I'll have to look that up. Do you think AI Biden has ever been used in his televised speeches? I don't think they have technology that good enough. New report says Obama is furious that Joe endorsed. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna do a video on that tomorrow. That is some good drama. I can't believe that's happening with Obama. Obama and Biden are against each other. Yeah, that was a packed arena today for Trump. I mean, obviously the support for Trump is going to be great right now after the assassination attempt. There's nothing worse than Palestine protesters. Well, let's hope they go to the DNC and really mess it up there. Burning an American flag. Yeah, no, it's illegal to do that. It is illegal to do that. But there's like a sea of those people. We'll see if they'll get charged or not. It's illegal to burn an American flag that's not yours. But even let's make you should not be burning American flags in general. But then it's like, oh, there's no freedom. AI is on the cusp of getting serious. Yeah, I agree. It's going to be bad. When is Biden giving a speech? He already did. It was 11 minutes. It was pre-recorded. It didn't solve anything. He didn't say anything about his health as the reason why he's stepping down. He said it's the most important election. I think that's why he was saying it. Biden versus Obama. Who would you pick in what? Like an election or behind the scenes? Trump rally today was like 15 minutes from me. Really? Infighting between Biden, Obama's, and Clinton. Yeah, that is true. Obama and Sleepy Joe were best friends. Not really. They've always had problems. Biden has really had issues with Obama because Obama didn't support Biden during the 2016 primary. He supported Clinton. After Biden was his VP for 8 years, or after Obama was, yeah, after Biden was. Am I patriotic? I would consider myself. I want to see a lot of American flags in cities. That's what I want to see. I think it looks good. Get some nationalism back. Do you think that Biden lasts until the end of his term? It feels like he's not the president right now. I mean, he's a lame duck already. Biden is already a lame duck in July, when you think about it, because he's not going to be the next president. We know that. So whether they keep him or not, I don't think he lasts. But listen, they're going to try and keep him, because they don't want Kamala to have to worry about all the meetings and all that. They want her campaigning. Obama versus Biden boxing match. Come on. Biden will fall over. Obama is the ultimate god. Yeah, Obama's the god of the Democratic Party. Biden's a badass. He's going against him. He's telling Obama to fuck off. Biden didn't run in 2016. Yeah, Obama told him, step aside. And then they went with the whole I'm with her bullshit. Oregon is better than Ohio State. I mean, maybe. That's gonna be a great game. I'm happy it's happening. Yeah, I know. I heard with Deshaun Foster. I saw that was pretty bad, man. But no one. I mean, everyone's gonna forget about that. It is what it is. That was bad at public speaking, though. I have heard Kamala is paying $200 a vote. Yeah, her administration is. They're getting money from a Swiss billionaire. I mean, they were paying people. What's your wildest conspiracy on Crooks? Well, I would imagine that Crooks. And listen, I don't know. Because now you see the stuff coming out about Crooks. They're like, oh, he Googled how far away um, the JFK assassin from where he was. Let me see if I can find that. Lee Harvey Oswald. He Googled how far away was Oswald when he killed Kennedy. So to me, that tells me that they're trying to say, "Oh, this kid's a noob," because you don't Google that if you're trained and you're not going to Google that. But I think that it would have been 4chan, 8chan, somewhere in the back room of the internet, probably some Democrat, or maybe someone from overseas coercing him to possibly do that against Trump. But listen, now it's come out that he's a bit of a liberal, so maybe he just hated Trump. I mean, there's been stuff that's come out on Gab, the social media site, that he was arguing. He said Trump was bad. He was trying to defend Biden's record on immigration back in 2021, I think. Elon did endorse Trump. Yeah, he did right after. Thoughts on Alex Jones? I like Alex a lot. You actually found the location of the Tridents. It's Coatesville, Pennsylvania, behind the National Iron. Yeah, that's probably where it is. Crooks is a sleeper agent that was activated by Biden. But I don't think their administration was involved. They don't get involved in matters like that. It's more of like behind the scenes people that obviously, because like the idea with Trump, he's the most important political figure right now, pretty much anywhere, but definitely in the United States. Taking him out would be such an earth-shattering thing. Do you think they are trying to push war with Iran because yeah, I think we got to stay out of that. I think I trust Trump to not get involved with anything with Iran. I think Trump may lose because Nick Fuentes is not a fan of him. I don't think he's got that much. I don't think he has that much influence to cause Trump to lose. Thanks for the good podcast. Well, it really isn't a podcast, but I do appreciate it, man. Streams are chill. Yeah. I'm probably going to stream until like 10, 15, maybe 10 o'clock. I don't know. Eli, what's up, man? I got a nice mod in here. Will Kamala picking Shapiro piss off? Well, that's what everyone's wondering. If let's actually get an update on this because I haven't checked all day. I mean, you would think it would be Kelly if the report of Obama is correct. It seems like right now it's Kelly, Shapiro, and then Cooper. Buttigieg up to 10%. Can't stop thinking about Crooks in the BlackRock commercial. Let me give you some perspective on that. That commercial was like they came to a school and it was a sponsorship thing. So they were filming a bunch of different kids. Now, I'm not saying maybe BlackRock's connected, but that was not a situation where they did an exclusive interview with him. They were filming a ton of kids. I think like 30 kids appeared in that video, and it was just clips of them in classrooms trying to promote whatever. That was not necessarily a situation where it's like, oh, they'd give him an interview or the kid like had an internship or something. So that's my perspective. I'm not saying it's not, but I would say understand that there were a lot of different kids involved in that. And it's like, you get a yearbook photo, you might be in a photo or not that you don't know of. It's they just wanted to film. It seemed like, it seemed like a pretty innocent thing. And I know people were like, well, it's crazy, it's BlackRock. I get it, but I just think if you have perspective on it, it probably is nothing, but Buttigieg is a joke. Yeah, he is. Ever watch Andrew Wilson? Yeah, I've watched Andrew Wilson. Gavin Newsom could be the VP. No, I'm not. People told me it's not possible because they're both from California, but even for other reasons, there's no way they would choose Newsom. They need a Rust Belt person or at least someone from a swing state, Arizona or North Carolina or the Rust Belt. Is it possible for her to pick Barack as VP? People were saying yeah, but she's not going to pick Barack. Democrats could say pigs fly. Liberals would scream that it's true. Well, I mean, I just think that's partisan politics. I mean, there are some Republicans that would do the same thing, so it is partisan politics. Have you gotten a Lego South Tower? Yeah, I've got it. It's behind me. You probably can't see it. Other men at 8%. And they've got the little sign. I didn't even see that. Other man. What is a male though? I mean, I don't know. Newsom sitting out till 2028. Yeah, I feel like Newsom's like a candidate that's been so hyped up and then he's gonna flop in the primaries. I don't know. Whatever happened to the Michigan cheating scandal? Well, that's the NCAA being very slow. But I think everyone's kind of just like, whatever. I mean, those type of things. I mean, I think it was bullshit when Ohio State got their wins taken away. Michigan, I guess it's a different thing because it's cheating, it's not tattoos. But those type of things, people are just like, let's just let it go. You know, most people say that. I mean, they did win. How much did the cheating help? It's hard to say. I mean, because they did win after losing the whole thing, but that was embarrassing for Michigan. They're trying to hide it. That was an embarrassment for their program. They tried to hide that Stallions was on the sideline of an MSU game with like Central Michigan. Joe Rogan running in 2028? No way. Trump should get RFK to drop out in exchange for an endorsement and Kennedy disclassifying. Well, Kennedy said he wanted a position and he was going to drop out for Trump. If Trump gave him a position in his cabinet. I think everyone thinks it's trending towards Kennedy dropping out and endorsing Trump. When that happens, I don't know. The Rock is controlled. Yeah, did you see The Rock's appearance on Joe Rogan? That was real bad. He already acted like a politician. Hassan sucks. Yeah, he was probably at that protest, like, ripping up an American flag. Do you lose sleep over the fear of Dems stealing the election? No, I don't. With Charlie XCX calling Kamala a brat and the Kamala cap running with it, it wouldn't surprise me if she picks a celebrity. I don't think she's gonna pick a celebrity, honestly. That would kind of be ridiculous. They need to legitimize her with a white dude. That kind of just becomes a sham if she picks a celebrity. Shapiro's Jew-goers mate in 2000. Well, listen, I think Shapiro, it was announced earlier today that he was the candidate, but now I guess it's not been confirmed, but it was announced earlier today that they were picking him. Kamala is so bad. Oh, of course, she was voted in 2019, and this got caught. The most liberal senator in 2019. So liberal on every issue. Is Trump losing the popular vote but winning the election? Good sign for Republicans. It depends how much he loses the popular vote by. If it's only 1 million, I think it's a better sign. But you would really like to get that popular vote win. But at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. You know, you'll just take a win either way. Who would you have voted for in 2016? I would have voted for Trump, man. Hulk Hogan or The Rock? Yeah, they should have a debate. I mean, because now the Hulk Hogan has entered the political space. Was Crooks a Palestinian agent? I think Crooks was radicalized via the internet, honestly. Obama Trump's economy was amazing for you. Biden Harris was horrible. Yeah, you want to know why that is? It's inflation. Inflation is crippling, dude. Inflation is so bad. It's hard to overcome. They're trying to meme and yeah, but what is a brat though? I mean, I mean, how is that going to win you votes? You're calling yourself a brat. Mark Kelly looks, yeah, he was an astronaut, man. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of space movies. Space is a really interesting thing, man. What if the South Tower had gotten attacked the same time, the same angle that the North Tower was being straight? Obviously, it was going to collapse. I mean, I don't know what you're asking, man. It went by too fast. Wouldn't it make sense for the Dems to pick Shapiro because that he's from Pennsylvania? Yes, that's what I said originally, but with him being Jewish, it might be an issue. That's what they're saying. Can Taylor Swift win if she runs? No, she can't. Unless she like changes to where she's like starts being a politician or something for a few years. I don't think she's going to win anything. Dems will pull Kamala. Well, then it just gets clownish if they do something like that. Charlie XCX isn't even American. Yeah, isn't she British? Is it is it a weird election? Should I enjoy this? I mean, I guess it's a weird election with all the stuff that happened. Yeah. I mean, they removed Biden. They literally blackmailed him, and then Trump almost got assassinated. They tried to put Trump in prison. Yeah, The Martian's one of the better ones. Yeah, The Martian's got to be up there in terms of space movies. Twitter girls are voting for Kamala because she's a woman. Yeah, they're still using that. They're still using that for whatever reason. Charlie XCX is a huge anti-Israel person, so it's a mess. Oh my god. I thought it was she was like I thought she was a pop star or something. Age 25 and under forgets to vote. Yeah, that's why they ballot harvest. Like they force them to vote like a month before. They go around telling them you got to vote. Here's your ballot. Kelly is a moderate compared. Well, yeah, that's probably good for them if he's more moderate. Thoughts on Interstellar? I mean, it's probably my favorite movie ever. It is NPC to say that, but dude, you keep talking about Russell Wilson running. I mean, this is weird, man. This should be a Reagan style election. It's impossible for that. We're too partisan to have a Reagan landslide like that. You regrettably didn't vote in 2020, but are definitely voting Trump. Yeah, it makes sense. Women like Trump. Last poll was like 47%. Well, that's impressive if that's true. I have my doubts. I think Trump is probably like 44 or 45% right now. Opinions on tax cuts for the rich. Well, you have to specify how rich. I don't think $1 million is that rich, honestly. So I would be against tax cuts for people that make $1 million. That's not that much money anymore. Alien Covenant was bad. Yeah, I think there was a lot of groupthink involved with that movie. People were like, people said it was bad because of the critics. I mean, yeah, there were some bad parts of it. I think it was overhated, honestly, but Mark Keller, you mean Mark Kelly from Arizona, the astronaut? That's who Obama apparently wanted to lead. Obama wanted him to be the president. It came out. I don't think I'm going to talk about abortion right now, man. You're a woman and you voted for Trump. Well, I mean that's. I think Trump probably gets around 44%. You think Alien? Yeah, I don't think that movie's good, man. It got very low. It got a very low budget. It's sad what happened to the Alien franchise. They were gonna remember they were gonna make a movie, a sequel to Prometheus, and they never made it because they didn't have the funding because people didn't like Prometheus enough. Opinions on Agenda 47. I mean, it's typical Trump. I like pretty much all of Agenda 47. Any space movie recommendations? I mean, The Martian, Interstellar, Life is an underrated space movie. Thoughts on Ben Affleck, J Lo divorce? I don't really care, but Ben Affleck's sadly a crazy liberal because I like Ben Affleck's acting a lot. Kelly as a moderate would definitely do better. Yeah, Obama's smart. I mean, he's not gonna you know say we got to choose this person. Obviously, he thinks Kelly can win. Yeah, I have seen the Air France 447. That's a crazy crash, man. That was the stall, and the one pilot who was inexperienced kept pushing the plane up to stop the stall. That just makes it worse. And then they're literally ascending with the plane up. You have to stop the stall by actually pushing the plane down. Prometheus slaps, especially the exploring the planet lore. Yeah, Prometheus. I love whenever they go to new planets. I can't believe they haven't done a big time space movie recently. Do a big space movie where they go to other planets or something. It'll do well. Or maybe it won't. I don't know. Yeah, Colorado football is probably going to go 7 and 5. I'd say. Carrie Lake is too polarizing. Yeah, she always polls under Trump, so she'll never outdo Trump. Trump's gonna have to win by like I'd say 4 points in Arizona for Carrie Lake to win. Maybe it'll change, but that's what it feels like right now. Trump really just needs to secure Nevada, Arizona, and Pennsylvania. Yeah, if they choose Mark Kelly, I think it's gonna be kind of tough in Arizona, depending on how much he's liked. He could still win it, but definitely secure Nevada, definitely secure Pennsylvania. Try and get that extra district in Nebraska. That could be another thing that would alleviate it. You're going to need Georgia as well. Ridley Scott kind of lost his touch. I don't think so. I mean, obviously, Covenant did not do well, so they couldn't make a Prometheus sequel, sadly. I think that's what it was, but Other Man, didn't that just come out like maybe last year? Oh, you guys know? Is it Apollo 18? Yeah, it's not very good. It's with like the moon spiders, the moon spiders. Yeah, worst movie you've ever seen. I forget what is the one with. Name me all the Jordan Peele movies, and it's one of those. I think it's Us. Us was the worst movie I've ever seen. No, but the one Jordan Peele did have a decent movie. The first one was good that he made, but Us was terrible, and I haven't watched any of the other ones. How much money did you make from the million view video? I believe maybe 2,100. Plant a 1 mile flag on the moon that says January 6th. That would be great for history's sake. That would be the biggest thing we've ever done as a human species. If Arizona goes blue again, you're moving. I mean, I don't think the thing is like when you move from states, I mean, there are really conservative places in California. So it's not like, oh, the entire state is heavy liberal, the entire state's heavy conservative. I mean, I guess there are states that are pretty much all conservative, just the way it works out. But they're very sparsely populated, like a Wyoming or something. BLM coming about Kamala means Georgia isn't going to go to her. I don't think BLM has that much reach, honestly, but it was interesting to see them do that. The UFO Jordan Peele. Yeah, that's one that I've never seen. Don't Look Up or whatever. Trump is going to lose this election. I mean, it's possible. It's two choices. We know that. Should the federal minimum wage be raised? It doesn't make sense to do that. It has compounded worse effects. They did it in California. I mean, they're just going to hire robots to do all those jobs, man, if you really go hard on raising it, unfortunately. I mean, Amazon is already getting to the point where, I mean, robots do most of the jobs. It's the people that have to slave and do, like, they have to do the sorting. The robots can't do the sorting yet. They've already got the robots now inside of fast food places working a little bit. I think the robots will just take over anyways if you want to raise it like $25, $30. And there's other issues, obviously, when it comes to that. They're going to have to fire parts of their staff. The restaurants have to make money. I mean, you're going to have to give restaurants more money or something because they're going to be paying all the workers more that are making minimum wage. All towns around Sacramento are really conservative. What do you think of the George Floyd riots? I think they were horrible. I think they were really bad, obviously. And they were totally manufactured by the media, 1,000%. Who would play 6 in a J6? I mean, but if Trump was in if that was what if liberals make a movie and it's just the title is January 6th? And then it's like this really liberal thing, and they have all these Trump supporters like with ARs going in. Moon is an underrated sci-fi. I've never seen that. I know the map Moon on Black Ops, the zombies map. Never answer money questions. Yeah, you're right. They need to supply more housing and not stop letting illegals in. Yeah, the illegal immigration needs to be cut off. I agree. There shouldn't be ballot harvesting with like women just shoveling ballots into a freaking mailbox. They literally have it on video. Will the DNC select a new nominee? I don't think so, man. I think they've rallied around Harris. It'd be really shocking. That something crazy would have to happen at this point. Does Biden stay until January? I think they want to try. Biden is such a joke. I just can't see it. Floyd died from OD. To be fair, I don't think that's true. You can have fentanyl in your system and still survive. A lot of people, that's kind of a misconception. They think the second you get fentanyl in your system, you die. It's not true. But listen, that entire situation was a joke because the same thing happened to a white dude 2 years earlier. I've said this a lot. Ray Epps not in it. Ray Epps is like this badass hero in a January 6th movie. Remember Ray Epps on January 5th? We need to go in to the Capitol. Sydney Sweeney will play Pelosi. Yeah, due to the boobs. You think BLM has some influence in parts of Georgia, mostly Atlanta, but I do expect suburbs to be a lot less liberal. I don't know if BLM has any influence, man. I mean, we're talking about the Democratic Party against BLM. The Democrats, the amount of money that they have, I mean, maybe. But I mean, all those people lashed out against BLM anyways when they said, no, we have to have a legitimate process. All libs just lashed out against them. It didn't seem like they changed anyone's mind. And that's just partisan politics. If you come out against your own tribe, they're just going to lash out against you. They're not going to try and think, oh, maybe they're right. Will Jill Stein and Cornel West get less support now? I mean, they were always going to get 1% or something. It's hard to really say. So it goes from like 1.5 to 1.2%. I think I have a video on January 6th you can watch. It's from like 3 months ago, maybe. So they are protesting outside his hotel now. I'm so ashamed. Who, Netanyahu? His hotel? Yeah, they put bugs in it, apparently. Jank is going to get like negative votes. What if it's just like, we have Cenk Uygur, he's challenging Kamala Harris, and it's come out he has -3 votes, and they're like, we don't know how that's possible, but that's what we're reporting. Are liberals welcome to the stream? I mean, anyone's welcome. I mean, obviously liberals are not going to like probably most of what I say. MSNBC saying Trump's scared of Kamala. I mean, I don't even... It's so ridiculous. Trump just said he's going to have 2 or 3 debates. Imagine a game. I saw a funny Lego set of January 6th. It was obviously fake, but it was hilarious. They had like all the minifigures. They had the dude with the animal costume with the horns. Will Annie Kasparin leave the Young Turks? I don't think she'll leave there. I'm sure they kind of like that she's gone more kind of conservative on some topics. Joe Buck. I could see, I mean, I think Joe Buck's probably liberal, actually. Joy Reid will flip out if Trump wins. Yeah, Joy Reid, Van Jones, Rachel Maddow, we all have to make sure we see their reaction. That's going to be very important to see their reaction. Mr. Fender, thank you, man. Trump would be more afraid of a bad hair day than he would be of Kamala. Yeah, he made fun of his hair, his comb over. When you grow up, liberalism isn't attractive. Yeah, well, I was never really a liberal. I mean, maybe when I was 13, I was an independent. You really don't have any thoughts that young, though. You should mod the debate of Trump versus Harris. Well, I think Fox News is getting that, maybe. Or ABC. I think ABC might be getting the first one. Vivek 2032. I mean, it's just impossible to predict that, man. Who's in 2028 then? A Democrat? If Trump wins 2024, I mean, it's hard to say. Is it 100% confirmed? Well, she's gotten all the delegates. Technically, something could happen at the convention. I think it's 100% confirmed. The only thing I could see is them doing a fake bullshit thing where someone challenges Kamala, but she wins all the support. You know, she gets all the delegates, and they can kind of swing it and say, oh, it was Democratic. Somebody challenged her, and she still won. But I don't even think that's going to happen. Comedy hour watching Reed and Maddow just have a meltdown. This is what it's going to be if Trump wins. America is so racist. They're terrible. It's all the white people. They're so evil. You know, some other bullshit, I'm sure. Let it all out. Let it all out. Yeah, watching TYT, all of them was crazy. Tom Brenneman, yeah, he shouldn't have lost his job for one remark. That's crazy. That's ridiculous. Fox put an offer out September 18th. Yeah. I don't know if that's going to be accepted though. Obama will endorse her soon. I think he's going to be forced to. Any new polls, Trump versus Harris? Yeah, basically the polls that I've seen, I believe the polls that I've seen, it's like maybe they've actually got updated polls. I don't. They might not though. No, they still don't have it. It would be on Real Clear, I guess. Trump. CNN says Trump's up 3. Pennsylvania, Trump up 2. I'm going to turn this down just in case it's already down. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It looks like Trump plus 3 in another poll with all of them. So it's a little bit tighter, I guess. If Trump wins, do you think there'll be riots? I mean, he won in 2016. I don't really think it's not gonna be a BLM situation, that's for sure. There might be some cities that are really angry and stuff. I don't think there would be riots though. Superdelegates make it impossible for non-establishment. Well, yeah, the establishment is in total control of that party. You are right. Other man dropped 2%. That's good value. CNN said Kamala is leading. I don't know what metric they're looking at. Their own poll has Trump up by 3. I don't think there's any poll outside of maybe one that has Kamala up by 1. Who is voting Trump? Oh, that happens where they split. Yeah, that'll happen. I don't know. That's not good news for McCormick. Kamala is leading illegals, not to my town, no. What do you think of Gavin McInnes? You know, I saw him on Joe Rogan probably in like 2015, 2016. I really don't watch him at all, you know. He probably, you know, I think he got deplatformed and maybe he's back on X and maybe on Rumble or something, but I just don't watch him. But yeah, I mean, he was an entertaining guy. If it's a CNN poll and he's up 3, he's really down. He's really up 5. Yeah, I think he's probably up by maybe 4 or 5. Who's more deranged, Joy Reid or Keith Olbermann? I do hate to say this. It is Keith Olbermann, believe it or not. I mean, it's very tough, but I mean, that dude has lost it. Cal Quantrill flame Reese McGuire today about his parking lots. No, I didn't see that. I do remember Cal Quantrill on the Guardians. Who do you think is worse, Hillary or Kamala? Well, apparently Kamala's more liberal. at least according to metrics. I mean, she's very liberal on every topic. Obviously, Hillary's got the demonize and the establishment, like the establishment full politician, 40, 50 years. The full liberal establishment controlled right now by Obama, but Obama apparently didn't get his way, and Hillary and the Clintons. Any back to school advice? I guess it depends what grade you're going into. Straight ticket red, yeah. If Kamala wins, would that make you think they stole it for? Well, listen, let me see how it goes. I can't just say they stole it without looking into it and things that hasn't happened yet. Project 2025 put out a statement saying they don't want anything to do with Trump. Dude, what a weird situation that is. I hate to say this, but I guess Project 2025 is having an effect on independence. Not good. Did you want McCain to beat Obama? I just wasn't old enough for that. Having a massive electoral college advantage. Yeah, they Republicans finally have an advantage. Finally, for the first time since I've been looking at this stuff. Any first year college advice? I don't know, man. I wouldn't be the one to ask for that. Oberman is just completely deranged. It's sad. Do you watch the NFL? Not as much as I used to, but yeah. Do you like Kennedy or Harris more? I mean, obviously, Kennedy's more of a moderate, so I would say Kennedy for sure. When are we getting a life update video? Yeah, man, I could put out a good one. I just don't know if I want to do it, honestly. It's. I don't know, man. Maybe on like. Maybe I'll get an. It could be my end. Yeah, some people say my mic is not good enough. It might be from me talking away from it, but then other people say it's fine on the streams. I don't think my mic is really different at all, but I think I don't sit close enough during the streams because they're long and that causes my volume to. Which massive stadium do you prefer the most by being number one? What do you mean? Massive stadium? What, like college football stadiums? Probably Tiger Stadium. Did you think that Trump would win in 2020 or Biden? Well, I mean, I'm biased. I did think Trump would win. I mean, Trump was not up in any of the polls, though. Check 530. I mean, I don't know if I don't really. 538. Do they have like different reports? Yeah, they don't even have updates. Yeah, they do have a lot more polls. You are right. Yeah, I guess this is what they're saying with these polls. They've got Harris up. These are not state polls. They just took a bunch of one with Kennedy, another one with Kennedy, Trump versus Shapiro in a head-to-head general election. Yeah, I guess they did everyone. Trudeau's father, Castro. It is funny how much they look alike. Is Chris Christie a Democrat now? I don't believe so. I mean, Chris Christie is he's a big fella. He knows how to throw his weight around. He's got a lot of muscle. I'll say that. Hire an illegal immigrant to film for you. Maybe pay him $1 an hour. Do I have a Discord? Yeah, I do. I don't know if I have the link for it anywhere, honestly. Yeah, those polls, I don't. When do you think China will invade Taiwan? Probably 2026 or 2027, but I don't know. But I don't know if they'll actually invade Taiwan. I think they're going to have to, though. Biden didn't even have the decency to explain to voters why he was dropping out. Yeah, well, he can't say it's because of health because it'll invalidate their entire premise of like lying constantly. It's early polling. What do you expect? Also a honeymoon period. Yeah, no, I agree with that. The problem is the DNC is coming up, and that could also give them more momentum. And also they get this whole Obama thing. I think Obama's probably going to come out in support of Harris, but I mean, he didn't say it, but it's been reported he doesn't think she can win. I think they're just early numbers. Josh Shapiro is linked to the Jerry Sandusky thing. Man, when did that happen? In like 2011, 2010? He must have, was he like a politician then? Still. Yeah, Joe Biden's already a lame duck. Taiwan makes all the chips, so it would be a smart move by China if they do it before the election. Yeah, well, they've already started doing it, man. I mean, have you seen the gray zoning going on there? They've already started doing it, and now they're doing military exercises, basically mocking, not really mocking, but trying to show force and strength against Taiwan. That's a tough island to conquer, man. That's a brutal island. The entire eastern side of it is just cliffs. You can't invade there. It's got a really like if you look at the beaches of Taiwan, it's very shallow, so it's hard to invade. It's hard to get ships close enough to get soldiers off. That's the problem because it's so shallow. No way she's up one. I mean, even if it says that, I don't really think it's a big deal. What's your home state? Viewing from Mississippi, Gulf Coast here. Ohio is where I live. He can't admit why he's dropping. Yeah, I mean it's very embarrassing. Would The Rock actually run? It's hard to say. I think it depends on the political climate at the time, probably by 2026. Depends who wins, depends on the climate. There's a lot of things that go into something like that. Taiwan will invade China. Yeah, they're going to form their own dynasty. Joshua, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Dr. Jill or Dr. Phil? I think Dr. Jill is a badass woman. Please don't speak negatively about her. Trump's head turn to the right. Yeah, that's the only reason he's even alive. I'm in Ohio. You're in Cincy. Nice. Live in Orange County. It's pretty conservative. Why didn't Trump pick Rubio for the sure thing? Well, I don't agree with you that Rubio would be a sure thing. Rubio is kind of like, I think Youngkin or Tulsi Gabbard probably. I think Tulsi Gabbard could have canceled out Kamala and the whole woman thing. And you've also got the idea that Tulsi Gabbard embarrassed Kamala, basically forced her to drop out. So I don't think Rubio would be the sure thing in terms of if Trump wanted to really make sure he won. I think it would be, the thought is it would be Youngkin or I think Tulsi Gabbard. Is that why you're so critical of the Guardian Stadium? No, the Guardian Stadium, they did it to themselves by all those renovations. They're terrible. They should have just left the stadium alone, honestly. It would look better, even with empty seats. Did you go to Cedar Point? Yeah, a few times I went to Cedar Point. College Football 25 Sim Engine is tragic. What a letdown that game is. That game's a letdown, man. It's very sad. If Biden were honest, he'd say, I don't have the cognitive ability at this point. Tulsi could have flipped Hawaii legit, yeah. Have you start? Yeah, I mean, dude, listen. I'll start working on them. You got to stop. I see the comment. All right, I understand. I can get to videos at certain times. I might start working on them, but I do see your comment. Sean, what's up, man? Do you think Trump could beat Obama 2008 in votes? I think Trump is too polarizing to win an election like that. Yeah, Keith Olbermann's gonna lose his shit. Obviously, I don't think the Redskins are coming back. Tulsi Gabbard is hot and would make a good VP. Yeah, I agree with you. Auburn got a big scoreboard renovation between NCAA 14 and 25. Yeah, a lot of teams got huge renovations. I joined an antisocial group. I'm shaking while Trump is tanking. Dude, Trump's not tanking. What are you talking about? Come on. Go look at the betting. I know, man. Eli, I know. Yeah, no, the voters do choose the candidate, and then the delegates have to vote for who they picked. The delegates are assigned to like each state during the primaries, but it's different because now it's Kamala Biden is stepping down. So in a perfect world, he would be stepping down before the primary, and then the voters get a say. But now they don't. So it's just up to Biden endorsing Harris. That goes into it. It also goes into other people within the party who they endorse, and then the delegates make a decision. Romney's first debate in 2012 was excellent. That's what everyone says. Yeah. What about the debate when Obama just didn't want to be there? Was that the 2012 first debate? Is Tim Scott too traditional in a Republican sense? I mean, he's very just normal, I guess, in terms of Republican. Will Levis is winning MVP. That's interesting, man. Would I let Trump sleep on my couch? That's kind of an odd question. I don't think Trump would ever be in a situation like that. Baylor and Colorado State got an entire new stadium. Yeah, those were two teams that did. Mitt Romney versus Kamala. I think Romney wins, honestly. Yeah, you're right. Tim is bland. That's probably a good word. The political machine. That game, not that game again. Yeah, the glass twin towers would have been sweet. Did you cry after the 2020 election? Well, honestly, I guess the way the 2020 election happened, I think it's kind of impossible because it lasted like 5 days. It wasn't like the liberal iconic. No, well, I guess that was at the inauguration, but I mean, because 2016 happened and it was done by like 1 a.m. Now introducing 45th President Donald J. Trump. No! Trump or P. Diddy? How many states does P. Diddy win? Probably just DC. No, there's no issue. TC, there's going to be no issues with getting Harris on the ballot anywhere. She'll be on the ballot in all 50. Nikki Haley versus Kamala. I think Haley would have won. But I don't know. There'd be a lot of Republicans who probably don't even vote for Haley. Did you want Romney to win? I guess. Some of my family did. I was pretty young then, though. But I guess. I didn't have much of an opinion, honestly. Is Lindsey Graham overrated? I think a lot of people really dislike Lindsey Graham. I think he's not rated well. Romney and McCain both sucked. Yeah. That they were just traditional conservatives. They didn't know how to use the internet. Also it was honestly McCain kind of got screwed with the whole first black president and just all of the new, black people coming out to vote. You have to admit he kind of got screwed with that. Still waiting for the celebrities that you're going to be waiting until infinite. It's not they're never going to leave. AOC versus Jeb Bush. Let's not disrespect Jeb with something like that. Come on. Jeb wins with 412 electoral votes. Do you think there will be a fair election? There's always shenanigans going on, but, I think we just got to treat it as, Trump should be able to win it either way. I think Tulsi Gabbard's going to get a position for sure. She's been really good, especially even tweeting stuff out now. Her engagement on tweets is crazy. Let's see if we can get an update on this. Biden, we are also securing our border. Border crossings are lower today than they were in the previous administration left off. Wait, what? We are also securing our border. Border crossings are lower today than when the previous administration left office. The only way that can be true is if he's saying based on the last week they're lower. Is that what he's saying? The last week they've been lower or something? Because otherwise it's just not true, obviously. I want a short king president. How tall is Cruz? Is Cruz 5'11"? I'm sorry, but I just couldn't vote a woman. Yeah, I used to think that as well, and I think it's just kind of a weird situation, but now they're trying to do the whole woman thing again. We'll see. Antifa endorsed Kamala. Huge, huge endorsement for Kamala. Should RFK endorse Trump? It's trending that way. With RFK, it's probably going to drop out and endorse Trump. They had a 2-hour phone call. It seems like that's going to be happening. How does Lichtman not flip social unrest? I would just stop following him, man. I don't really care about him. He's a partisan buffoon who has he has a model, but the model is subjective and it's based off of opinions. And he obviously hates Trump and has a vendetta against Trump, and it's been proven. Would Trump have been president without Twitter? That's a pretty good question. Probably not, honestly. But that's just the modern age. That's the whole idea of Trump. It could really only happen in the modern age. Zero political experience. Lie to the end. You know what I think he's doing? This would be my speculation. They're taking the last week of border crossings and saying that the last week was lower than the last, I guess when Trump was in office towards the end. That's what I would guess, which is obviously ridiculous. You can't take a week worth of data and just. But I would be guessing that's what they're trying to manipulate and say. How will libs react with RFK endorsing Trump? They're just not going to say anything. I mean, I don't think they really. It's not great for them, but I don't think they're going to go crazy and get real angry. Yeah, but like Lickman did pick Trump. I mean, he picked Trump before he had a vendetta against him, and also he normally he picks the popular vote. Trump lost the popular vote. What if Building 7 had been standing after the destruction from both the towers? I don't think it really would have changed much, honestly. But obviously, people do think it would be different. I guess I don't think it would have changed much. Pretty much nothing. What's your opinion of how much Destiny yaps? Well, I mean, I guess he's a debater. I don't know. I think he kind of needs to go to management therapy with. I mean, you're a grown ass man making fun of a firefighter that died just because of politics. You need to grow up, man. You think Antifa wants Kamala to pick someone like Bernie or AOC? I don't think Antifa has any. I don't even think Antifa is like a this huge vessel that really has a say over anything. They're just a thug, liberal, far left, group. I mean, Antifa, those people don't have two brain cells to rub together to make a third. They probably don't even know, who's running or anything like that. Those people are all like you have to look at the mugshots of the Antifa people. I can't even say like it's so bad. These people, it's just so bad. XQC, dude, how does anyone listen to XQC? I don't want to sound like a hater, but the guy, you can't understand him. I don't understand it. Remember the rumors that yeah, I remember Aaron Rodgers was going to be RFK's VP. Well, dude, he picked like a weird VP that nobody even knows. He did pick a VP, I remember that. Like some woman, maybe from California. Hassan sucks too. The fake socialist, he's a clown. You see the dude that got 40 years of prison for squatting in someone's condo. 40 years of prison? I mean, I hate squatters, but 40 years, unless he's like doing it like for 5 straight years or something, I think that's crazy. What state are you from? Ohio. AOC actually did something. Yeah, that was a good question, actually. That was a good question. I thought AOC was 36, but it doesn't matter anyways, dude. They're not going to pick AOC. She's too young, whether she's 36, 35, whatever. Even if she was eligible, they wouldn't pick. RFK Jr.'s VP is hot. Yeah, she was definitely younger. I can't really picture her right now, though. Yeah, dude, that was yeah. He did pick a VP. Trust me, he did because I do remember it. But it was a total nothing burger. It was both Republicans and Democrat. Well, it was like a Democrat lady, and that's when Republicans were like, "Oh, there's no way. Fuck RFK." How tall am I? I'm like 5'10" and a half, maybe 5'11". The media will get tired of praising Kamala. Well, it was just a new car smell thing where she's now, they got to get behind her and it'll wear off. Yeah, all those streamers won't talk about that situation. All the liberal streamers, the Chris Tyson thing. Yeah, it's not surprising. Nicole Shanahan, and she's fine, really. Have you ever been to the West Coast? Yeah, I've been to Las Vegas and San Francisco, and I think that's it. Thoughts on Sketch? Listen. I think he faked being autistic. I think he said that, and then all the stuff that came out with the OF, very strange. Whatever you do not go to San Francisco. Yeah, I went in 2016 to San Francisco. I mean, guys, it's important to understand with these cities, there's good areas. Like, I understand there's really bad areas, but like, I've been to Chicago, I've been to San Francisco. There's obviously good areas. It's not, the entire city is not filled with just feces everywhere and homelessness. There's areas where it is, but it's not everywhere. Do you invest in crypto? Yeah. Thoughts on iShow Speed? Obnoxious streamer, I guess. Younger kids, I'm sure, like him. Did you hear about the elephant that learned to paint? Well, elephants are the most, I think, smartest animals, so it wouldn't surprise me. Remember Trump destroying Rosie O'Donnell? Yeah, but did you see the update on Rosie O'Donnell? She came out with a TikTok. I mean, what's like a 50-year-old woman doing TikTok? I just think it's weird, but she came out with a TikTok. Yeah, Biden does look a little bit different, but a lot of that's Hunter and Jill giving him makeup and stuff like that. Rosie O'Donnell comes out with a TikTok. It's like a mourning. It's like we're at a wake about to mourn someone. She's like, if we let him get power, it's only 3.5 months away. It seems like a long time, but it's coming. He cannot get power. We're all gonna go to camps. Is Kamala making you more or less nervous about Trump getting back in the White House? It's about the same, man. I'm not nervous about Kamala at all. What are the odds of World War III breaking out if Kamala is president? Nobody knows. It's impossible to put odds on something like that. It depends on a lot of different situations. The problem is when it comes to the left and their opinion of the war in Ukraine, if they do win, it's very obvious that it's very obvious that situation in Ukraine is not going away. They're going to continue to fund Ukraine. The war is going to continue. The problem is, and then there's a situation with Taiwan and China. Technically, we can still keep things under control if there's those two situations going on, but it's unstable. I don't know if it would start another world war, but it would be unstable if you've got two different sides with a war involving Russia and a war involving China. How are you liking Vance so far? I mean, I think Vance is smart, and I think Vance will be fine. I know people were kind of crapping on Vance. I said that Vance was not a great pick, but I never said Vance was a terrible pick. I don't think Vance is doing bad or anything. How many actors played the part of Biden? Yeah, that's interesting to think about. How does it feel to have all this power? Isn't that what Jill Biden said? I mean, Jill Biden's like, you don't know what it's like to have this much power. Jill, you're the V. You're the first lady. What are you talking about? Oh wait, you're running everything. I wonder what the Obamas think of Jill Biden. I'm guessing they've probably called her a bitch multiple times. Can Trump still win PA with Kamala now as the Dem opponent? Well, PA, we're gonna have to see who she chooses for VP, whether it's Shapiro or not. That's gonna have an impact on it. But right now, Trump can absolutely win PA with Kamala. It's not a big issue. Whispering Biden, dude. I wanted Biden to do the whisper, man. It's unfortunate we're not gonna. Man, I wanted a second debate with Biden. We would get a whisper. We get another whisper with Biden. I guess we're gonna get the laugh of Kamala now. I heard Biden might have had a stroke. He was slurring his words. What when he was talking over on the phone? That was really weird when he was talking on the phone. Yeah, Joe Rogan he said that, oh, it's AI. Rogan, I don't think it even was AI. It was like a 2% chance, because it was reported that it was a 98% chance it was AI, but then apparently that was false. Imagine ignoring my message because you know I'm right about Blue winning the election. I mean, listen, you can say, the Democrats are going to win, but there's no data that supports that. Nothing. I mean, even Trump has a better approval rating than Kamala at this point. Why do people assume I'm afraid of the election? Come on. It's not going to be Shapiro. I originally thought that, but now he's made a comeback. I do think it's going to be Mark Kelly, because behind the scenes, apparently Obama loves Mark Kelly. Do you think 400 electoral votes is possible? I think that's pushing it a little bit. You're pushing it with that. You agree Trump should start fast food chain with golden restrooms? I'm sure he'd get a lot of support from people if he started a fast food chain. Do you consider yourself a swing voter? No, I'm not a swing voter, no. Do you think Trump can actually have a peace agreement with Putin? Well, yeah, he could have a peace agreement tomorrow, but the problem is all you have to do is stop funding Ukraine. The problem is, what does Russia want in exchange for peace with Ukraine? Because they could say, fuck off, we need more land. Did you see they're making a movie about Ronald Reagan? Yeah, people say, oh, they're making this movie, that movie. It's a lot of it depends on the budget. Because a lot of these movies now, they're only on Netflix, they're only on Hulu, you can't even see them. Although I do have Netflix. If buildings didn't collapse, everyone would have survived. I mean, no, there still would have been a lot of people that died. Because in the airplanes and even in the fires in the buildings. Do you prefer talking about sports or politics more? I mean, I guess it depends. But it just depends. Trump should rebuild the Twin Towers. He tried to. He actually had models of the Twin Towers back in like 2003, trying to rebuild them. The Twin Towers too. Public transportation. I think public transportation can be an asset. The problem is the societal standard in the United States is so horrible. Public transportation is just terrible. The people that I mean, the problem is public transportation is used in big cities. Big cities have tons of crime, tons of homelessness, so it doesn't work in the United States. Public transportation, look at Japan. It works perfectly. But you've got a combination of negative factors affecting the issues with public transportation, and it all comes down to the humans. But, I mean, the problem that I have is they use public transportation as a way to, like, remove cars from society. That's ridiculous. I can give you a streaming sites. I mean, I just use 123 movies. It does still work well, but I don't think that has a lot. I don't think that has like shows or anything. But I don't know. I don't really watch many shows at this point. Mark Kelly would be a bulldog on gun control. Is he big on gun control, really? Liz Cheney thinks she will get her party back. Yeah, she's a clown. Craven just removed himself. I don't even know who that is, honestly. 30 seconds ago. Was he on here? Dude, they still have Elizabeth Warren. Oh yeah, Wes Moore. People were saying it was gonna be Wes Moore. Tammy Duckworth. Imagine. Oh, there he is, man. He's literally the last. Man, people bet over a total of over 200K. That's funny on him. Trench the border into a Grand Canyon or build a wall. You know what? A Grand Canyon might actually be better because of the terrain issue. The problem with building a wall, it can't all be connected. That's the issue because of the terrain on the southern border. And also, we don't have a clean border like we do with Canada. It's all jagged. It's rigid. MSNBC saying Kamala is winning. I mean, it doesn't really matter, honestly. You were a border agent. Biden is a liar. No, I don't. I don't have an electric. I was thinking about getting an EV, but I haven't gotten one yet. I still haven't gotten like a newer car, but I'm gonna be getting one, I guess, soon. But who do you think would have won the election if Trump was actually assassinated? Well, there's a lot of issues with that because it's right before the RNC. I mean, there would have been dialogue for Nikki Haley. There would have been dialogue for Vivek. It might have been Vivek versus Nikki Haley at the RNC. And I don't know who would have won, so it's hard for me to say. But obviously, that's, a crazy situation. What did they do with Crook's body? I mean, I think it's up to the family still. Taylor Swift versus Kanye West general election. Who wins? Come on. I mean, I guess Swift would win. Who's betting Barack as VP? Huh. They're just wasting money. I mean, probably rich people. They don't care. Kelly's got a big lead, probably after that Obama news. Would Crooks be a subscriber? No, he wouldn't. He's a liberal. They finally found his social media. He was arguing for Biden, saying Biden was good. Do you think the pro-Palestine Capitol storming will warrant this? Well, it wasn't They didn't storm the Capitol though. They were outside. So, but no, they wouldn't. They'd say it's not an insurrection or anything like that because of when January 6th happened with the electoral votes being verified. That's their argument. Oh, it's an insurrection. They tried to stop the verification of the electoral votes, things like that. So it's different arguments. Crooks worked at Sonic for 2 months. What? Yeah, that's a weird place. We don't even have a Sonic near us. But I guess more information is coming out about him. When is Joe Rogan going to have Trump on? Probably Trump and Alex Jones. Alex Jones is probably going on there next week, and then Trump probably in August. Jill Stein should make a comeback. Yeah, she's trying. Swift is ineligible. Where was she? She born in Canada or something? Or is she not old enough? I don't know. Is she 33? They found out that Crooks was. What if that became news? That no, they wouldn't even be able to tell that through like subscribers. The glaze on College Football 25 has got to stop. Yeah, what a letdown that game was, man. What a letdown, especially in Dynasty. In your honest opinion, do you like JD Vance as Trump's VP? I'm not huge on Vance, but I think Vance is fine. It's not that big of a deal. People were kind of making a big deal about it because there is some negative numbers about him. Scoreboard goes a long way, but people were called ungrateful. Yeah, they should have gotten a scoreboard from ESPN. Make it realistic. Will the story videos ever make a return? Maybe I'll have like a second channel on Odyssey. I've been thinking of making an Odyssey, channel. I mean, obviously, I wouldn't post really much on there, uh, but just have a second channel with less people and stuff. I don't know. Thoughts on Couch Football 25? I'm not the biggest fan. Yeah, Van Jones will be crying again, I'm sure. MSNBC. Extremist. What if they called me an extremist? I mean, seriously, let's just say for a hypothetical, there was something that happened and they had to like look up my channel. Do you think they would actually say it's an alt-right channel or no? I mean, I don't think they'd be able to, but I think they would say maybe conservative. Now, Dark Brandon did not show up. Dark Brandon sadly did not make an appearance. It's sad. Dude, Van Jones, I literally was crying 2 days ago again. How many times does Van Jones cry? Why am I the only one that absorbs the weird amount of times that Van Jones cries on air? And Rachel Maddow is always teary-eyed during every one of her shows. I'm not even kidding you if you look at it. Would you go on MSNBC? No, I would not. I would not accept a job offer on it as a commentator. Maybe if they asked me on there, I guess. But dude, the problem with going on those shows, it's all over Zoom and there's a lag. When you're arguing with someone, you want to, just be there. It's way better. Why don't we arrest the? I think they will arrest them because they're all on video. But normally they do it after, like days after they'll start finding them. Yeah, I actually appreciate more being maybe more moderately conservative. I don't think I'm crazy with well, it depends on what the issue is, but Polly Market both have Kamala winning the popular vote. Yeah, but what is it like 55% chance? I mean, you heard Crooks is on there for betting, huh? Yeah, yeah, I agree. I don't think I'm an extremist right winger or anything, man. I mean, dude. The thing is, I do have to hold back on some of the things, just for YouTube and stuff. I guess that's just people say, "Oh, you're selling out." I mean, dude, it's whatever. It's just the way it is. Lynn, shout out DG. I appreciate it. What if Columbus rebuilt the Twin Towers? They would be a big city then. Be a random situation. Kamala's 160 minus 160. I mean that's barely like 60. That's like 55-60% in terms of odds. I don't think that's that big of a deal. Listen, this stuff's gonna swing back. It's all right. Kamala's getting her big boost. This is like a 2 or 3 day thing. I'm telling you. Would I vote for Kamala for $1 million? Well, absolutely. I live in Ohio. No, I'll never say your vote doesn't matter, but for a situation like that, I mean, obviously Trump's going to win Ohio with or without one vote. Where did you find his Gab account? Is it's on X. Apparently, he had a Gab account, and he had like 4 or 5 things. They were like our politics Reddit talking points, like trying to is all. Yeah, he's like a younger liberal like try hard kid. It looked like you should work at Fox Days. I'm not interested. Yeah, I mean they are still planning to build two World Trade Center, but it's not high up on the priority list. They can't find anyone that wants the building that would rent out the building at this point. They did at I don't know, they at one point they did and they started building it, but then it just stopped construction. I mean, I'd like to go to New York City and honestly try and see what the foundation looks like, but they've got a big thing covering it. You can't really see it. Kamala is down in the polls and people are going crazy. Meanwhile, Trump was down in 2016. Yeah, I mean, but like the thing is with Kamala, can we at least give it a week to see? Like the idea that we can let's give it a week and see some of these more polls that come in. Whatever. What's up, man? Crooks is a whack job. Well, Van Jones turned on Biden. What are the strong points of Mark Kelly? I mean, I guess he's more moderate. He's more of a moderate Democrat. He's a former astronaut. I mean, Obama loves him apparently. Yeah, I mean, they'll try and get a boost off of that. I do think the Vance pick might be a little bit, going up against Mark Kelly. I think Vance is very smart, but I don't know about, maybe a little bit more of a moderate pick might have been better, but, I think Trump can still win. What's better, whack job or whack? I think weirdo is the best. I thought I remember every poll commented. No, Trump was never winning the ever. He was never winning any polls in 2020. But he had the incumbent advantage, so people thought there was a chance. But I mean, he way outperformed. Email sent to me. Hope you like the. All right, thanks, man. I'll take a look at that architectural film. Love watching from Mexico. I appreciate that. CNN turned on Biden. Yeah, CNN immediately turned on him. Like it wasn't even like they literally remember when I said they cut out like 3 commercials to get back from the break faster after the debate, and they were like, "Oh my God, Biden has to drop out now." This is a white lash. This is a white lash, Tyler. We're all racist white people. Van Jones wants Josh Shapiro, really? Shapiro has no chance because of his last name, yeah. Yeah, CNN did treat Biden like he was a Republican after that debate because they wanted the narrative to, and it worked. I mean, they ended up forcing him out. Although maybe it didn't work because they had to get real dirty with Biden and blackmail him. Do you see our country having a civil war? No, I don't. That's a complete last resort. But there is an issue with our country right now. Let's say they actually are able to execute it and Trump gets killed, gets assassinated. I mean, I don't think there'd be a civil war, but it's really bad. You have to pick a minority female. Uh, what Trump should have. What job will I have in the communist utopia? I mean, probably something to do with machinery or something. I'd be able to make 50,000 a year, or maybe it'd be 30,000. Probably even less because you don't really. I think the government would pay for my housing. They'd pay for everyone's housing. We of course wouldn't be able to own land though. CNN then said Joe Biden has a. Yeah, they brought up the whole stutter thing in 2020. It's bullshit. There would be riots. Yeah, there would be. Listen, There probably would be worse than riots, but I don't know how bad it would get. What's going to happen to Crook's family? His family seems really odd. I don't know. I don't think. I mean, they're going to investigate, obviously. Ben Shapiro versus Josh Shapiro. I know some people that would be their hell. You need me to drive to Butler and do some investigation? Well, there's not a lot to investigate at this point, outside of just going on the roof, but even people have already done that. I mean, I wish Butler was closer. I'd go there because it's interesting, but yeah, yeah, you're right. They did tell Biden that. Well, they threatened him almost. Like, they threatened Biden. They're like, you better pick a minority female. Thoughts on Mr. Beast being president one day? Well, they're trying to cancel him right now, so I mean, I don't think he'll get canceled or anything like that. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of Mr. Beast, but when it comes to like politics and stuff like that, he'll probably try and do the independent thing. Yeah, Biden actually does look way worse. I agree. CNN is saying Kamala is good for the country. I'm sure they are. Will Vivek ever be president? It's hard to say. He's very young, but he'll definitely give it a go probably in 2028, 2032 as he continues to gain more popularity. What is the future of the Republican Party? I think it's a kind of a MAGA type future still because Trump's going to have huge influence as long as he survives in the 2028 pick. Who he endorses, you could argue, is probably going to be the pick. I mean, maybe it will be Vance because he's his VP. So Trump's still going to have pretty big influence. Did you see the Biden do the? Did you see Biden? Yeah, I love the whisper, man. The whisper's it's a badass move. I guess Kamala's move is cackling, like laughing really weird. Sloped roof live stream. The live stream would be, I guess, visiting the assassination site. The fire department showed up at Camp David. Yeah, yeah. And then I felt vindicated when I saw that sentence. Hunter and Jill were screaming. It was actually reported. CNN will be crying when Trump wins. Yeah, they'll call us racist for sure. Can Harris take criticism? I mean, obviously, they all have to take criticism. What news source should the debate be on next? Well, there could be some arguments. It's either going to be Fox News or ABC, I think. But Trump might want it on Fox News. Kamala might want ABC. So there could be a little arguments about that. I'm guessing what'll happen is they'll do one on ABC and one on Fox. Investigate Butler PD. Yeah, that would be interesting. The whisper would be so effective. I mean, it is kind of a good idea. I'm not gonna lie. The problem is Biden is just too old. He can't execute it properly. The whisper. Why does no one else talk about the whisper? I mean, oh yeah, I guess people do say it's creepy, but Joe Scarborough is at this point the furthest thing from a Republican. Is ABC neutral? No, it's not neutral. But dude. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I mean, we saw CNN; they were pretty fair. How does MSNBC lie and get away? I mean, listen, let's be honest. They all lie. Fox News lies. CNN lies. I mean, it's just if you want to have your opinions validated, you go to Fox News if you're a conservative. You go to MSNBC if you're a liberal. Things like that. ABC, I think, would be more liberal. They're calling out Vance on CNN. That's a joke. It doesn't really matter. I mean, obviously they've gone full Kamala train. DeSantis would have. I mean, I like DeSantis. I think Trump could have picked him. I mean, it seems like there's water under the bridge there with those two, or at least time heals wounds. You know, DeSantis is a strong politician. What he did with Florida is a really good work. Will Biden be removed from office in the next few weeks? I mean, nobody really knows. I think at some point Biden's health's gonna fail, and they will have to remove him. How much should I dump into Dogecoin? Well, I mean, it depends. Are you just looking to buy Doge or other meme coins, or if it's just Doge? I mean, I don't know what your financial situation is. I couldn't give you an answer. CNN is more establishment based than left or right wing. No, listen. This is what I actually do like CNN's graphics. I will watch CNN because of their graphics. But dude, when they get to the panel, they're absurdly biased against Trump. Like it's bad. But I agree. Sometimes they're a lot more fair than MSNBC. But it gets bad when they do the panels. It's like a 5-on-1 attack on one Republican, and then the rest are all liberal. Who would you have winning Minnesota, man? Trump or Kamala? Probably maybe Kamala by like a point right now. My opinion on Nixon. Did you see what Tucker Carlson said about Nixon? How they forced him out because of Watergate? I mean, Nixon was way before my time, but he was liked until that scandal. He was very liked. One of the most liked presidents ever. Why is my webcam so low quality? I don't know. Is it low quality? Bro, you gotta quit asking about that. That's come on. Yeah, I think Biden's gonna be removed. Will you do a presidential tier list? I don't see the point. CNN was fair. Well, yeah, I mean they stuck to the rules. That's what I'll say. I mean, if my cam quality is really low, I'll have to try and either get a new one or something. I think it might be because of a live stream. Was thinking Mark Kelly is top to go. Story of his wife. Yeah, no. I agree with you. The story of his wife is big for that. That's probably why Obama wanted him. President Kamala after Biden steps down will be funny. I mean, it's just going to be basically the same thing, you know. First female presidents. I mean, I guess it's going to be Harris in a few months. If it's not Harris, then I have no clue, man. Opinions on Project 2025. A lot of it's good, but obviously it's not really going to appeal to independents. So Trump, they tell him to distance himself from it. It's not doing good for Trump. Trump has had to put out four statements now about Project 2025. It's hurting him in the polls with independents. Kelly has the daughter busted with all the drugs. Seemed like that might be one thing holding them back from picking him. Yeah, but they could be like trying to disassociate that. I mean, they did it with Biden, and I mean, Biden's probably the best example. Plus, it's a VP. I don't know if people care about that much. Well, no, that's not what I insinuated. I think Biden's going to step down. Harris will technically be the president for like 3 months or so, and then she'll lose to Trump. So technically, if Biden has to step down due to health, she will be the first female president just for like 2 months or 3 months. If Trump wins, will Kamala step down just so she can be the first? Well, she wouldn't be. I mean, if Trump wins, she's not going to be anything. Is Bitcoin a good investment? I mean, Bitcoin at this point, in terms of its market, you might get a 2x out of it. Dude, I would just say if you're like a very safe investor, you're better off waiting for a dip on Tesla and buying Tesla. Project 2025 is a Dem plot. No, it's not. Will Congress remove Biden? Um, I guess it depends if he has any more. I mean, it just are they gonna have him do speaking appearances? Like I don't know how Biden is even still. It just doesn't feel like he's president. I don't know. Some on the right wing love the protests today. Yeah, I know, dude. There's a lot of people that are really, 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 really hate Israel. I don't know, man. The Palestine bullshit. Those people are such. I just can't support that. Those people. How much longer will I was only gonna go till 10, so probably I'll just. What U.S. state is the best flag? I'd have to look at all of them honestly. I know Maryland is very interesting. It's all the different like squares or whatever. Tesla, yeah, Tesla stock is the one stock that kind of performs like a crypto altcoin at least a little bit. Like it'll 10x or it can still 10x. It goes up, it ranges, it goes high, low. It's more volatile. Just bought Tesla stock 2 years ago during a dip. Excellent decision. Yeah, Tesla betting on Elon is a smart thing for sure. Fuck Palestine. Yeah, Palestine's a fucking joke. Have a good night. Keep up the great work. LOL. Thank you. Good morning from Germany. What is it? 6 a.m., 7 a.m. maybe? Thoughts on Western Wyoming? I don't know much. What do you mean about Western Wyoming? Is there something going on there? Ohio is the best flag. What? Because it's not the normal shape. I mean, it's kind of bland, but I guess it's interesting. Buy in on Tesla next week with the drop continuing. I know I did see Tesla down 10%, but I don't invest in stocks. Listen, if I had, you know, a lot of money from crypto and then I think Tesla waiting for a dip on Tesla is an amazing investment. The problem is it's not like Tesla's going to be 30 or 40x. You need to put serious money into it because I mean I have full confidence Tesla no matter what in 3 or 4 years is for sure going to be at a higher price point than this. So that's why you can go really big with Tesla if you've got a lot of free money and you'll at least get a 2 or a 3x guaranteed. It's a lot harder with crypto because a lot of these altcoins are just total shit, and that's why you've got to go with much smaller amounts. Tesla, we know it's basically guaranteed to go up. Even if you buy in at the top in 5 years, it's going to be higher. I don't get it was Palestine's land. Isn't that how the timeline of countries work? Yeah, you've got conservatives arguing that. What about Native Americans arguing it in the United States? You really conservatives are going to argue that? That's bullshit. I mean, this is what happens. People get conquered. I don't know what to tell you. That's what its history is. Thoughts on Trump only being able to do indoor events? Well, it's smart. Trump needs to try and be safe, but it's unfortunate, obviously. Yeah, the new Minnesota flag. They were saying it looks like what like a Middle Eastern flag, right? Isn't that what they were saying? Hmm. Is your channel membership worth it? Do you actually do photo and status updates? I mean, people mostly do the membership just because they just like me. They want to support me. I do have three exclusive videos all on 9/11 on there, but I don't think anything else. Markets will crash in August. I don't really pay much attention to the stock market, so I can't tell you for sure on that. All right, Joshua, I'll see you, man. Do you think Ramaswamy is going to lead the Republican Party in 2028? Well, it's hard to say. I mean, Ramaswamy was not picked by Trump to be the VP, but there's a chance of it. BTC back to 64K. Yeah, that's the problem with BTC. I mean, if it 2x's, it's at like 120K. It's tough. I think it probably will 2x. I learned about your channel through 9/11 type stories, really started turning into the content. Had no idea on the political branch of the channel. Good shit, man. Thank you, man. Thanks, CJ. I appreciate that. Any news right now? Yeah, the big news was that Obama wanted Mark Kelly to lead the ticket and be the nominee for the Democrats. That's why he hasn't endorsed Kamala. He's pissed off that they went with Kamala. And then there's infighting with Biden and Obama apparently. If Trump wins, will Kamala run? No, she'd be done. If she loses this, she's done. Not gonna run again after losing to Trump. What made you decide to discuss politics? Well, I mean, I've always been interested in politics. I mean, I do understand people saying that, people should not talk politics and things like that because it does happen sometimes where I'll look at like people that are like sports people or like bigger, and when they talk politics, there's something annoying about it. I don't know why, but I mean, I guess I'd be a hypocrite. Yeah, that's good to stop the spam there. I appreciate that. Trump debates end political careers. To be fair, Biden kind of self destructed there, though. I mean, Trump had a few good one liners, I agree, but Biden at the beginning of that debate, Trump roasted Kamala. Well, there's going to be a huge attack against her for sure going on right now within the right wing. Have you lost any friends for politics? No, I mean, I don't think that really matters too much, honestly. When will the next Trump versus Harris debate be? They're saying September 10th is the next one on ABC. There could be some potential, things happening where Trump wants it on Fox News. So we'll see. CNN's just lying if they're saying Trump's scared. I mean, he wants two debates apparently, or like as many debates as possible. Could you bring up some other stuff? I guess we'll take a look and see if there's a new headline. DNC moves toward virtual nomination of Kamala before the convention blocks delegates from nominating new candidate. Wow. So they're not doing a virtual convention. Imagine if they did a virtual convention because they're scared of the Palestine protesters. Is that a real photo? Man, they got Biden. Dude, Biden looks like a freaking burnt like snowman cookie or something. Jesus Christ. I mean, Trump just mogging him in that. Trending on X. Yeah, I mean, we'll take a look. Trump Force One. What the hell? Hamas. Hamas is trending. Shocker. If you're in the United States with a visa and vandalizing property with phrases like Hamas is coming, yeah, everyone agrees with Marco there. Mr. Beast responded. What did he say? Is it on X? Over the last few days, I've become aware of the serious allegations of Ava, or I think Chris, and then they changed her name, Tyson's behavior online, and I am disgusted and opposed to such unacceptable acts. During the time, I've been focused on hiring an independent third party to conduct a thorough investigation to ensure I have all the facts. I mean, this is put out by his PR lawyer, whatever. That said, I've seen enough online to take immediate action to remove Ava from the company, my channel, and any association with Mr. Beast. I do not condone or support any of the inappropriate actions. I will allow the independent investigators the necessary time to conduct a comprehensive investigation and will take a further action based on their findings. You did what's best. Thanks, Mr. Beast. Now back to improving the world. Yeah, they still support him. But he just put out a statement, some lawyer talk, looks like. Am I streaming the next debates? I think they let you stream the debates. If they do, I will. But I think CNN didn't let people stream it, but they did anyways, so if they let you stream it, then yes, I guess I'll try and react to it. Yeah, that was Mr. Beast's legal team saying all that. Stock market bled today, I saw. I'm at 2016. It was a simple time. It was definitely a simple time. How much of the slut shaming and knee pad memes can I see blowing up in Republicans' faces? I mean, I think those type of memes are mainly shared in Republican circles, man. I don't think it really gets out to the independent people much. Mr. Beast thinks he's above the law. I mean, honestly, they're trying to pull stuff from like when he was 18. I don't know, man. He said something, I think, when he was 18 and people are trying to talk about it or something. 2019 was awesome. 2019, yeah. I mean, before the fucking COVID bullshit. What a horrible time 2020 was. Last time I've been in a Walmart, maybe like 7 months ago. I heard some U.S. athletes kneeled during the national anthem. Wouldn't surprise me. The DEI and BJ stuff has to stop. Women hate that stuff. Wait. You're talking about DEI. That's confirmed and admitted by the Democrats. That's totally legitimate. If some independent doesn't want to vote for with Trump because we said Kamala Harris is a DEI, that person is just not informed. She's literally a DEI. Everyone at my work are retarded libtards. Yeah, that's tough if you got to work with people. I mean, it depends how vocal they are about it. Normally, people should not talk about that stuff at work, depending on the setting. 2020 wasn't that bad. I don't know, man. It's hard with everything shut down. What do you do in normal day? Normally, I just check crypto and make videos and check X mainly. But I had like a 20-minute nap today. Normally, I don't take naps though. I was nearly falling asleep during the live stream. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, Chris got fired. They're gone, whatever. Yeah, Biden is on tape saying that that it's a DEI. I'm just saying it looks a certain way coming from Trump supporters. Well, no, that's I mean that's legitimate. We have to say that. I mean, it is what it is. If they want to claim it's racist, the thing is, we have to stop. Getting nervous. They're going to claim things are racist. Who gives a shit? I literally called her a DEI 2 years ago because she was a DEI. They had to get a minority female. They said they were down to 4 minority females. And quite honestly, who else was even available? How did she win the VP nomination? Remember when we said 2024 was just going to be a filler year for 2025? Well, I mean, you're probably talking to people that are not political. I mean, 2024 is an election year. Imagine if the Twin Towers were 310 floors. I don't think that would be able to support the ground. No, you're not talking a certain way coming from a Trump supporter. Yeah, I know, dude. Jacob, you want to know something that I discovered? Dude, these oh my god. There are accounts that are kind of like not really edgy, but they're definitely like Gen Z accounts and they kind of tweet out funny shit. But dude, some of these accounts, I think that there is like the interactions they get. There's one account that just tweets out like, my body, my choice, and they try and be funny and like dunk on conservatives, and it's like some girl, and she gets like 310,000 likes in a tweet. I think they got to be funding something, a funding apparatus or something with it. Like, there are a lot of young liberal accounts that are frighteningly big. But I mean, I don't think it's going to matter. But there's a lot of young liberal accounts that have a lot of interactions and a lot of following. And they all, barely know anything about politics. But I mean, what can you really do? Lori Lightfoot, the OG. She was better than this new guy, Brandon Johnson. Show some of the accounts. I think one of them is one of them that I found was Kellyanne Conway's daughter, who apparently has just tried to disown her parents. She gets crazy interactions, which I don't even know how it's possible to get that many interactions on some of these tweets. Trump is stuck at 43% because you don't know how to be civil. Conservatives have, listen, dude, we've been treated horribly. Our president almost died. They laughed. They said they wish he died, and they're happy that another assassination attempt is going to happen. No, but you're right. We're not civil. How fast do you think the war in Ukraine would end if Trump gets elected? It depends what Russia wants. If they just want those two regions they're occupying right now, I think it would be over very, obviously, extremely quickly. I mean, there's got to be other things you work out. It's not just that, but it's mainly based on the land that they want and also some type of peace agreement that they're not going to keep invading. I mean, otherwise it's useless. Probably brainwashed liberal college girls, man. It's not good. All right, see you, man. Yeah, Tesla stock's pretty far down right now. I mean, I'd have to look at it. Listen, if I had a lot of money, I'd buy Tesla stock maybe. But maybe there's other better options probably in crypto. Just depends. Even a bigger, higher market cap altcoin. Who do you think is the real president? I don't think either of them really are the president, man. Like Vivek said, it's a system. Especially with those two. They're just not leaders. When Trump gets elected on day one, well, he's going to do a bunch of shit on day one for sure. But listen, they over embellish it. Every president does pretty much everything. He's obviously going to have to change all the liberal shit that Biden changed from when Trump was in office. He's going to have to change it back. I mean, you can see the list of executive orders that get repealed on day one when a Republican takes over for a Democrat, when a Democrat takes over for a Republican. Crypto is dropping. Yeah, crypto's had a. I mean, I guess it depends what coins you're in. Crypto's been dropping for a while. That's what happens, though. Already, like, see you later. I don't know if I'll stream tomorrow. It just depends, I guess. Some of these nights I probably, just want to take off, but. Would you marry a liberal woman if she's gorgeous? I mean, it just depends how obsessed she is with politics, and, like, if she's crazy about it, it's going to be very hard. Have you tried Road to Glory? No, I haven't tried that. That's like a my player thing. What's going on with Palestine? Well, it's just there were a bunch of protesters in D.C. burning American flags. Yeah, that Sunny V2 video, I remember. They've talked about that. There was like on Twitter and how it was right. Since the 90s, the U.S. has been feminized. I think every place has been a little bit. Dating a historically liberal woman and have successfully peeled back the bullshit going on. Yeah, it just depends how liberal they are, honestly. I mean, sometimes opposites attract, but if it's too much, it's very hard to coexist like that. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this live stream. I don't maybe a little bit longer than I thought it was gonna go on. Depends. Liberal women have open mind or yeah, it depends on that. But guys, make sure you follow me on X. I mean, there should be a big video tomorrow with Obama and Biden. I'll cover that news. That'll be the first video. I don't know what else. Maybe a few other things that I have. Flat Earth Society, you missed me, man. I'm sorry if you just came in.